think of objectives as goalposts. They're a thing that you need to do or a place at which you need to arrive in order to achieve your end game. Let's say you are going on a trip. You live in Baltimore, like I do. The first thing that you need to decide is where you're going, right? I mean, you can say, I want to go on a trip and get in the car and drive, but most likely you're going to end up driving in circles. You're going to waste a lot of time and gas, not getting anywhere. And most likely you'll end up at your own back door. The first thing you need to decide is where you're going. That is your end game. But once you've decided where you're going, the next step is to figure out your objectives. So you live in Baltimore and you've decided you want to go visit your in-laws in New Hampshire. Now, there are a few ways to get to New Hampshire. You can get on an airplane and you can fly there. You could walk. You could take a bicycle. You could drive. You could take a train, right? And each one of these choices is going to depend first on yourself, on your own personal situation. If you don't have a car, you're probably more likely to take a plane or a train than you are to drive. If you do have a car, you're probably more likely to drive than you are to ride a bicycle or walk, right? So the first thing you consider is your own personal situation and what resources and tools you have available to you. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to say, well, how do I get there? So let's say you've decided to drive your car. Are you going to take 95 north over the Washington Bridge in New York City? Are you going to try to hit up the Tappan Zee Bridge, which I think they renamed to like the Mario Cuomo Bridge or something? Maybe you want to take a sort of relaxing and beautiful trip. And so instead of going, through Delaware and New York, instead you go north through Pennsylvania, cut through upstate New York, and take the back roads through Vermont. These are all legitimate ways to get to New Hampshire. And which path you take, which roads you drive, are going to depend on what you want. What you do and these choices that you make, these are your objectives. I tend to go a little overboard with this metaphor. However, I think it's actually quite relevant. These smaller decisions that you make, those are what actually get you to your destination. Understanding your end game is really important, and understanding your end game will help you figure out what objectives you need to accomplish. You wouldn't get a block of 5,000 printed copies of your book if your entire plan was to make money selling digital copies. Because why would you spend that money to get those books when you could spend money on online marketing? And if you don't have $10,000 to invest in paid advertising, well, you're not going to be building your marketing strategy around spending a ton of money, right? So understanding the resources you have and understanding where you want to go and the things you need to accomplish to get where you want to go are absolutely critical.